People are often looking to everybody else's goals or everybody else's perspective of success. And when you peel back the layers of like, what does that actually look like or mean to you? And what is your quote unquote perfect day, right? It's so drastically different than what my perfect day is. And yet they're looking to me for a success pattern or a success strategy. And I'm like, I can help you get there, but not because I'm giving you a blueprint that I followed, but because we're going to curate a blueprint that's right for you. And I think that that's really critical for people to realize that often people are trying to sell you a system, and a system is not what you need. You need strategy, yes, but you need self-reflection, and you need to understand your own definitions and create and forge that own path, because no one's path is your path. And that trailblazing factor to fit in faith, the T stands for trailblazer, because the way you're doing it is uniquely derived for you, developed for you, and you're doing the hard work if you're willing to do what I think is something you're really good at. And that's the exploration of your like emotional intelligence associated to confidence, associated to leadership. So I'd love for you to unpack like that portion. I know we hear a bit of the backstory when it comes to the experience with alcohol. And I share in that both in past and in present. And so I love that we have that connection factor, but I have yet to step foot into an Al-Anon, and I have been invited and told several times. And so you're encouraging me. I always say I come to these shows with a desired conviction, and that might be one of them. So thank you.
Happy to plant that seed. That's interesting that reared its head. I think that leaning into my definition of success is something that has only emerged in the last couple of years. When you said people are looking for a blueprint or the 6-step process, which really drives me a little crazy in the coaching space, quite frankly.
Sure.
Yeah. I think it was 4 or 5 years ago, I signed up to be a part of a mastermind, and I paid $40,000. I did not have $40,000, but I thought I was really well positioned with my business to make some tweaks, recoup that money at the very least, and probably more. The mastermind was a year long, and about 6 months in, I had made precisely $0
Oh, no.
in my business, in all of my business. Not only had I not made what I usually make, I'd made zero. I'd put my heart and soul into the experience and taken all of the wisdom. And it felt very God-driven to be a part of it, to say yes in the first place. And I still believe that to be true. And what my ultimate learning from that experience is nobody is ever going to know more than I am about the path that I should take. They are going to know certain things about tools and strategies that I don't know, and I can take some of those. But I am never again going to go into an experience which I can't afford, one, because it puts all the pressure on the experience to be a certain thing rather than unfold and be whatever it's going to be. And it was the beginning for me, when I left that mastermind, of really a mental health crisis. And I ended up experiencing depression and suicidal thinking, and stepping away from the physical work of coaching from a short period of time, because I just threw my hands up and said, I have done everything I know how to do. I've even upped my game, and I've been around these quote unquote pros, and even that hasn't worked. So now what? And I ended up in an outpatient treatment program, which was one of the biggest blessings of my life. I think because I'd done this work on myself for so many years, I was fully ready to surrender.